it's Mary. I hope you're doing well and welcome to our second Create Your Summer video. So today we're going to create with surface etchings. And my thinking behind a lot of these projects isn't to make them be things that are really difficult. I want them to be things that you've probably done before, at least to some extent, and just take them and do a little more with them. So today we're going to make a surface etching. So basically, surface etching, you take a piece of tracing paper or any kind of paper and a crayon or a pencil or something, and you just rub it over a textured surface to get a pattern on your paper. And what I'm going to do today is just do the floor here. So I'm going to adjust the camera and I'll be right back. So if you are using a crayon, you want to remove the wrapping from the crayon. And since I'm doing the floor, I'm going to try to line up my paper so I get kind of an interesting pattern on it. So on mine, part of the lines, there's a lot of lines because of the tile and the way it is. And I decided to do the lines at an angle, and instead of having a lot of places where they come together, I'm just going to do that. So after you line it up and figure out where you want it, it's just rubbing on the floor to get your pattern transferred onto your paper. And this can take some time. So I'm almost done here. There's a lot of orange and there's a lot of lines. So right now, basically looks like that. And I want to add a contrasting color. So I'm going to do the yellow also, and I think I'm going to step outside and do the sidewalk right out in front. So with this part, there are lines on the sidewalk too, but I think I just want the texture of the sidewalk, so I'm just going to go over the whole thing with the yellow to get some of that texture transferred over. Because while I had lines on the other one, there are places where there's like no color, and I really want some color in there. And it is ripping it up a little, but don't let that bother you, it's no big deal. So this is the point where you get to individualize this and make this project your own. So this is my etching. It's got the orange and the yellow, and it's got lines. And if I put it down on the floor, you would see where it came from. But what I want to do now is something a little different. And this is where you get to choose how you want to take this. You could, when you're doing this project, do the etching of some place that you really like being, that you've been with someplace else, that you've been to with someone else, and make a card out of it to send to somebody that you're missing. You could take cardstock and just cut out an opening and use the cardstock as a frame and put it up on glass, and that would look really pretty. But what I'm going to do is make a greeting card, a note card. So I've got my basic note card, and I'm going to find the part that I think actually looks the best. And so I think I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to cut that out to fit my note card. And sometimes for me, it's easier to line these things up if I just fold it to the shape right around the note card. You can lay it down and trace it If that is easier for you, you can just cut right around it. However works best for you. And sometimes with these etchings, they're not always the easiest to get one that you like right away. So if you do an etching and you don't really like the way it came out, just try another one and see if that one comes out better for you. Some people just seem to naturally have an eye for something really artistic and beautiful looking, and some people need to try a little harder. But I think if you just let go of your inner critic and just decide to have fun with this, this can be a really fun project. So what I'm going to need to do now is glue this to my note card. So this is what my final card looks like. And the colors, well, a couple things I like. I like the texture. I like the lines. Kind of makes me think of the yellow brick road. But it also got me thinking that it really looks like a sunset. So, and this is another thing. You can just take this in whatever direction you want to go. But what I did was I cut out a silhouette of a tree. And I can show that to you up close, just like, whoop, that. So I cut out the silhouette of the tree, and I'm holding it on the card because I am going to glue it to the tree. Glue the tree to the card. And I think that'll be really cool. All right, so I glued the silhouette of the tree to the note card, and this is my finished project. I will bring it closer for you. And that is what it looks like. So the things I like about this are that because I live in the woods, I see either the sunset or the sunrise or light diffusing through raindrops between the trees a lot, and this actually reminds me of that. And I like art that represents nature. That's a lot of what my art is based like. Now you can do whatever you want. If you don't like the idea of a silhouette of a tree, you could do a silhouette of a house, you could do a silhouette of something else. You can just skip the silhouette and cut out like around the inside of the note card so that the light will reflect through the through your surface etching, and when you put it up against a window, then you can see the light coming through that. There are so many different ways you can go with this. Let me know what you decided to do. I'm really interested, and if you enjoyed this. And next week we will be back with another Create Your Summer activity. Thank you so much. Have a great day and stay creative.